Hold on. Before you swipe away, before you tell yourself this doesn't apply to your life, you need to confront a harsh reality that Machiavelli uncovered half a millennium ago. It is a truth that most individuals spend their entire lives desperately trying to ignore. The people in your circle are not celebrating your victories. The illusion of the friendly mask. Machiavelli did not pen The Prince merely to cause a scandal. He authored it because he spent decades observing political courts, studying rulers, and watching so-called devoted allies to arrive at one undeniable truth. Almost every social interaction you witness is a rehearsed performance. Consider the colleague who praises your presentation to your face, only to question your competence the second you leave the room. Think about the friend who raises a glass to your promotion while secretly feeling relieved that you haven't completely left them behind. Remember the relative who calls your ambition inspiring while secretly counting down the days until your next major failure. Machiavelli explicitly noted that individuals are radically quicker to offer empty praise than honest criticism, because flattery costs absolutely nothing, whereas honesty carries a massive price tag. So they smile, they nod along, they feed you exactly what your ego wants to hear. Meanwhile, beneath that flawless public persona, a Machiavellian calculation is running on a loop. What can I extract from this person? What assets must I protect? What do I stand to lose if they keep winning? You are conditioned from childhood to place your faith in words. Machiavelli demands that you unlearn that dangerous habit immediately. Words are the cheapest commodity in existence. Focus exclusively on behavior instead. Observe who shows up for you when there is absolutely no profit in doing so. Observe whose attitude shifts the moment your reputation gains real leverage. Observe who grows deeply uncomfortable the exact second you stop needing their assistance. The facade eventually fractures. Machiavelli guaranteed it. The only question is whether you are sharp enough to spot the crack. The myth of eternal loyalty here is the realization that cuts the deepest. Loyalty, the concept celebrated in movies, the vow people swear on their lives, is fundamentally not what you think it is. Machiavelli exposed this without an ounce of regret. Individuals will desert you, betray you, and completely forget your existence the exact moment their self-interest dictates a different path. They do not do this because they are inherently evil. They do it because they are human. Self-interest is the gravity that dictates every single human connection. True loyalty is rarely a moral virtue. It is almost always a transactional agreement. The lifelong ally who stood by you during your absolute lowest point. Observe how they react when your greatest year makes them feel utterly insignificant. The partner who promised a lifetime of devotion. Observe the mental recalculation when your status in their social equation changes. The mentor who championed your raw talent. Watch how fast the room cools down the moment your achievements threaten to eclipse their own legacy. None of this is a personal insult against you. All of it is a predictable human pattern. Machiavelli explicitly warned that a truly strategic mind fears their inner circle far more than their declared adversaries. Enemies attack the front gates where you expect them, but the individuals inside the castle walls, they are already sitting right next to your throne. The most fatal error you can make is equating time spent with trust earned. You can share history with someone for 2 decades and still have no idea who they will become the moment remaining loyal to you requires a real sacrifice. Test people silently. Pay attention to who defends your reputation in rooms you have never entered. Notice who genuinely celebrates your success without a hint of micro-tension in their face. Notice who still maintains contact when you have absolutely nothing left to offer them. Your growth is a silent attack. This single concept will clarify every confusing interaction you have ever experienced. Niccolo Machiavelli observed that any individual who aggressively improves themselves in a culture of comfortable mediocrity becomes a walking, talking indictment against everyone who chose to stay lazy. You did not utter a single word of criticism. You did not pass judgment on anyone, but your raw discipline walked into the room and exposed their lack of it. The moment you choose sobriety, the heavy drinkers start throwing passive-aggressive jabs disguised as humor. The moment you commit to the gym, people who haven't exercised in years suddenly become critics of your routine. The moment you build an authentic project with real results, the individuals who have spent years hoarding excuses feel personally attacked by your execution. Your self-improvement became their psychological offense. Niccolo Machiavelli understood that the collective crowd rarely punishes you for being incorrect. The crowd punishes you for being vastly better than they had the courage to become. The sudden cold shoulder, the cynical comment, the social circle that slowly stops sending invites. None of it is actually about you. Every bit of it is about the uncomfortable mirror your progress forces them to look into. Once you embrace this Machiavellian reality, truly absorb it, an incredible calm takes over your mind. Every cold look becomes validation. Every backhanded compliment becomes a receipt. It is proof that you have broken free from the psychological gravity holding them down. Own it. Keep ascending. The hidden sabotage. Niccolo Machiavelli dedicated his entire existence to analyzing the mechanics of power, and one of his most chilling conclusions was this: the most devastating threats never originate from the outside world. An absolute stranger cannot damage your life the way someone with intimate access can. The individuals who know your deepest anxieties, your daily routines, your private struggles, they are the exact ones positioned to inflict maximum damage. And most of the time, when the strike occurs, it does not look like a dramatic confrontation. It arrives like a quiet whisper. A leaked vulnerability. A professional recommendation deliberately withheld. A door slammed shut behind your back while the face looking at you remains completely warm. Betrayal invariably wears a familiar face. Niccolo Machiavelli knew it. Every historical archive confirms it. You must study the subtle shifts before the betrayal occurs. Watch who becomes strangely quiet as your achievements get louder. Watch who suddenly develops an intense, analytical interest in your future plans, your finances, and your vulnerabilities. Watch who subtly winces when you share incredible news. Information is the primary currency of betrayal. Yet, the average person hands it out completely free to anyone who acts friendly. Stop doing that. Niccolo Machiavelli's guidance was surgical. Access to the ruler must be rigorously earned, never automatically assumed. Implement that exact rule in your life today. Reveal your true self slowly. Allow people to prove, through extended time and immense pressure, that they possess the character to handle the real version of you. The superpower of indifference. Now we must examine the absolute core of what Machiavellian psychology actually develops within a person. It is not senseless cruelty. It is not using coldness as an AG personality trait. It is something infinitely more potent. It is a surgical, absolute indifference toward variables you cannot control and people who were never going to support you anyway. Niccolo Machiavelli wrote that the leader who achieves total mastery over his own emotional state effectively commands every single room he walks into before he even opens his mouth. Think about how that works in real life. The exact millisecond someone detects that you desperately need their approval, their validation, their text back, their opinion of your worth, they instantly gain total leverage over you. Consciously or subconsciously, they will exploit it. That is not a unique character flaw. That is human nature operating precisely how Niccolo Machiavelli mapped it out. But an individual who genuinely requires nothing from the crowd becomes completely uncontrollable. Watch how deeply that psychological wall unnerves people. Society has spent centuries perfecting the art of manipulating individuals through manufactured guilt, false praise, and synthetic outrage. When those psychological levers fail to move you, the people pulling them are left completely powerless. And the moment manipulation fails, an incredible shift happens. Unconditional respect takes its place, even from the people who actively dislike you. Because absolute indifference is the one psychological posture that manipulation cannot penetrate. Your emotions do not die. Instead, they become strictly private property. Guarded, strictly governed, and accessible only to the select few who have earned the absolute right to see them. To the rest of the world, you are a blank slate. And an unreadable mind, as Machiavelli's philosophy makes clear, is an entity no one can strike against with any degree of confidence. Mastering the Machiavellian lens, Machiavelli did not just analyze historical power dynamics. He engineered a timeless framework for diagnosing the hidden motives behind human behavior with absolute precision. To use it, you only need to ask yourself one foundational question to completely reframe every single interaction. What does this specific person stand to gain from this? Force yourself to answer that before you accept an unexpected favor. Before you lean into a sudden burst of warmth from an acquaintance. Before you open up to someone whose curiosity piqued right before they asked you for something. That single question instantly decodes the confusing behavior of others. The overly attentive acquaintance suddenly reveals their true trajectory. The heavy flattery meant to soften your defenses immediately loses its power. The toxic gossip disguised as genuine concern unpacks its true, malicious intent. Machiavelli taught that a wise strategist analyzes human beings the exact same way a military general studies geographic terrain patiently, completely devoid of emotion, and without lying to himself about what he is seeing. Then, turn that exact same Machiavellian lens inward. What kind of psychological signals are you broadcasting to the world? What vulnerabilities do you expose when you talk too much, too fast, and with too much emotion? What leverage are you handed to bad actors without even realizing it? The philosophy of Machiavelli begins with an uncompromising self-audit. Because the individual who can read themselves with absolute clarity is the exact same individual others can never read at all. From that elevated vantage point, self-governed, emotionally detached, and strategically silent, you stop playing as a mere piece on the board. You start moving the pieces yourself. The silent evolution, the version of you that this Machiavellian philosophy constructs, is never assembled in front of a crowd. It is forged in the isolated early hours of the morning when the world is fast asleep. It is built through the daily grinds that absolutely nobody applauds. It is developed over long, grueling months of private execution that yield zero immediate public praise and attract no audience. Machiavelli understood this deeply. A leader who establishes authentic power never announces his blueprints to the public. He constructs his foundation in absolute silence, leaving the world to only witness the massive execution of the final result. Begin immediately with the chaotic noise surrounding your life, the endless conversations that lead to absolutely nowhere, the toxic relationships built purely on mutual stagnation, the empty social obligations that drain your limited hours without offering a single ounce of value. Eliminate them ruthlessly. Time is the one irreplaceable currency that no philosophy, no strategy, and no amount of wealth can ever recover. Reconstruct your physical presence. Machiavelli knew that personal presence is a form of power. and presence manifests physically long before it manifests verbally. A highly disciplined body signals an incredibly disciplined mind. The world decodes your physical stature before it ever processes your intellect. Reconstruct your intellect. Study the masterminds who successfully built empires and the tragic errors of those who collapsed them. Devour history, master psychology, break down philosophy, and memorize strategy. Replace brainless media consumption with deep structural understanding until your mind operates on a completely different frequency than the average room expects. Reconstruct your speech patterns. Speak drastically less. Speak with deliberate slowness. Let every single sentence you utter carry immense weight, because an individual who intentionally filters their words proves they have trained their mind to execute choice. And reconstruct your absolute boundaries. Decide etched deep in stone, never written in shifting sand, exactly what behavior you will tolerate and what specific actions will result in an immediate, permanent termination of an association. No endless negotiations. No emotional exceptions. Just the standard, maintained with absolute consistency. This is the profound evolution that Machiavellian psychology demands. Your circle will not comprehend it while it is happening. The people around you will completely misinterpret your silence, misinterpret your distance, and misinterpret your focus. They will form loud opinions about your changes. Let them talk. The final awakening every single dynamic Machiavelli mapped out over 5 centuries ago is actively playing out inside the moments you have already lived through, the ones you felt deep in your gut, but lacked the vocabulary to define. The handshake that felt a fraction too cold. The lifelong loyalty that completely vanished the second it became inconvenient to maintain. The intense resentment you drew onto yourself by simply having the audacity to move your life forward. You were never being paranoid. Machiavelli was not spinning fictional theories. This is the raw, unvarnished architecture of human behavior, completely stripped of the comfortable fairy tale narratives society wraps around it to keep you compliant. The person who accepts this reality does not become bitter or cynical. They become crystal clear. They stop wasting energy performing for audiences that never cared about their success. They stop misinterpreting basic politeness as deep-seated loyalty. They stop confusing casual access with real allegiance. They stop acting shocked when the individuals closest to them show that they were always far more loyal to their own self-preservation. And within that absolute clarity, with eyes wide open, boundaries completely unshakable, and emotions strictly governed, they transform into something exceptionally rare. Not a monster, not a villain, just finally, completely untouchable. The game of power has been actively played around you since the day you were born. Machiavelli handed you the master map half a millennium ago. Now, you no longer have a single excuse to play like a victim. If this message unlocked a shift inside your mind, anchor it right now. Leave a comment below with this exact declaration of intent, written in your own words. I see the game clearly now, and I refuse to be a pawn in it. Write it down. Mean every word of it. Let that commitment exist somewhere concrete outside of your own thoughts. Smash the like button if Machiavelli just provided you with a strategic lens that completely changes how you move through the world. Subscribe to this channel immediately. This platform is built exclusively for the individuals who are entirely done staying asleep. Turn on your notifications, because the next strategic blueprint drops the exact second it is ready. Now move. Build your empire differently.